Yo, what is up, guys? I am the Chivist, and today we are playing one of my all-time favorite games, Skyrim Special Edition, going for the Oblivion Walker achievement, which is get all 13 digital artifacts in the game. First one we're going to start off with here is the Ogma Infinium. It is the artifact of Hermaeus Mora. You will run into this quest during the main storyline. You'll be in this certain Dwemer location looking for a certain scroll. Not gonna say what you do with it, but you do something. Anyway, after you grab that lexicon, it's gonna tell you to take it back to Septimus Sigmus, who is in a little cave up north. You talk to him, say, "Yo, dude, I got your cube," and he'll say, "Great." But to open up this sweet puzzle box thing I have, I need the blood of the 5 different types of elves in the game. So you just gotta go around, kill them, and take their blood. Some people like to. There are certain locations where you can get most, if not all, the blood in one dungeon. But I just tend to do this quest so early that I run into the blood anyway. So I wouldn't really worry about, searching it out or doing anything like that. If you're interested, I think it's Wolf Skull Cave has, 4 out of the 5 bloods you need. Anyway, once you have those, you take it back to him, and he unlocks the box and says, "What the fuck? It's just a book." But you know what that book is. You know it's a Daedric artifact. Watch him die. He's a shooby. You don't need him anyway. Grab your book, and you have your first artifact. Alright, guys. Now, the next artifact we're going for is probably the best weapon in the game. The Wabbajack. You'll see what it does at the end. It's pretty great, though. I love it. I'm in love with the Wabbajack. I'll admit it. Fair play. Start by talking to this guy. He will give you the quest. He says, go and get my master or something. It's all very vague. You don't really know who his master is or any of that nonsense. But you have to go to the Blue Palace. You'll have to get the key from someone. Pretty easy. Almost anyone in there can give it to you. So you go into the wing and you get magically transported. Obviously, it's a Daedric quest. So when you get there, the dude in the sweet jumper will be talking to that guy. And then, he just leaves. So then you get to talk to him. It turns out he's Sheogorath, the Daedric Prince of Madness. If you played Oblivion, he was in one of the DLCs pretty heavily. So he gives you the Wabbajack already, but you still have to complete the quest to get it, because you cannot leave yet. You are trapped. So to get untrapped, you have to do 3 little, side activity things. First of which is waking this dude up from his nightmares, which you just do with blasting with the Wabbajack, because all problems are solved with the Wabbajack. That's, they should teach that in kindergarten. That's fundamental right there. Alright, next one, pretty easy again. You just blast the guy with the Wabbajack. Pretty self-explanatory, You don't really need to think about it too much. This one actually took some thinking. Because, I thought, it has to be only Atronox, but that didn't work. So I thought, it had to be the main dude, but it wasn't him. Turns out you have to blast one of the 2 side dudes. They'll turn into wolves and kill him. And that's how you get past that. And once you do that, you go back to Sheogorath. Just sort of say, hey, I did your monkey business. Then the dude you talked to at the start, I forget his name. It's not important, but I can't remember his name at all. He comes back and he's like, "Oh, thank you. You helped my master get home, whatever." Nonsense. Anyway, you have the artifact. It does this tremendous. You'll see. You hate this guy, right? The damn preacher in Whiterun. Turn him into a mud crab. You've always wanted to do that. Now you can. It's amazing. Moving on to our next artifact, it is Mehrunes Razor. Obviously, the artifact of Mehrunes Dagon. The spoiler alert, villain in Oblivion. You should know when this quest is ready, because a courier will come and find you. If you think you're the right level but aren't seeing the courier, just try fast traveling around to a bunch of different towns. He'll show up pretty quickly. If not, your game may be glitched. I know it's a Bethesda game, so it's pretty surprising to know that it glitched, but I hear it does happen. So anyway, you go to where the pamphlet tells you to. You'll talk to this dude who's wearing robes that actually look like the villains from Oblivion, because they are. It's the Mythic Dawn. He's sort of trying to start a Mythic Dawn museum. So obviously he would like the razor for part of his exhibit. So you go in, sort of, he tells you that he wants you to go find the razor or whatever. Um, but this guy's a little creepy. I remember, 5 years ago when I started playing this, I could tell something was off just because I'd play Oblivion and I knew what dick bags the Mythic Dawn were. So to see this guy, creating a museum for him, I was a little put off, and it turned out I was right. Sort of a weirdo. But anyway, you get this quest is sort of annoying just because obviously you had to fight a hag in there, just because they're really spread out because the people of Skyrim obviously didn't want this razor to be reassembled, but they did not count on you wanting your goddamn achievement. So you're gonna assemble it anyway. Anyway, after you get all the three parts, you bring them back to him. He says, "Okay, now we're going to go reassemble them." So to do that, you have to go to the shrine of Mehrunes Dagon. It's not the most subtle thing you'll see. It literally has a giant statue of him carved into the mountain, sort of like Mount Rushmore for weird, creepy Daedric cults. He's gonna leave, go to the shrine. There's the shrine. You'll see the weird, statue in a little bit. He sort of disappeared there, which is weird. I'm like, oh shit, my game's glitched. But it turns out he was behind me, just sort of, using his magical teleporting ability. Anyway, he'll try to talk to him. Dagon's like, no bitch. Well, he doesn't even say no bitch. He doesn't even get the courtesy of a no bitch. But, you're the Dragonborn, so he sort of has to talk to you. He says, kill him. He's a bitch. I was thankful to do it because he's a little creepy. Anyway, sweet 360 no scope. If only I was that good. Talk to him again. He'll say, you're mine or whatever. Or you're my champion. Let me soul fuck you or whatever. And you get your razor, which is all you care about. You will easily sell away your soul for another weapon. And our final artifact is the Mace of Molag Bal. To start this one, you want to travel to Marthal. Really, I think you basically, by the time you actually get to Marthal, you'll be high enough level to start this. There'll be this guy from the Hall of the Vigilant outside this weird abandoned house. He's asking you to help him investigate it. Obviously, you agree because you're the Dragonborn who is always up for adventure. Alright, so you walk into this house, he sort of says, this doesn't feel quite right. This is, there's some shady shit going on here. So you travel a little further down, you find a locked door and shit starts levitating. So obviously, only one of you is getting out there alive, and it's gonna be you, because, it's gonna be you. So after you kill him, this weird booming voice sort of says, come and claim your prize. Which, you are all about prizes, so you are on top of that. So you go down, you find this weird altar, you see a mace, and you're like, mine, gimme. But then turns out you were cockblocked by none other than the Daedric Prince Molag Bal. So he says, obviously, not that easy. There's this other mofo, Priest of Boethia, who's been desecrating my shrine. So I want you to go and find him, bring him back, and we'll see what happens then. Maybe I'll help you out, maybe I won't. I'm Molag Bal. I do whatever I want. So you're still talking to him for a while. This guy actually takes a while to get through. You have to clear out this whole camp thing. He's actually behind quite a few doors. So it takes a while to get to him, but you find him. Low growth. You find him. He's held hostage. There's a couple ways you convince him to go back. I just say, I work for Molag Bal. He wants to challenge you. He will take up that challenge. So you can travel back to Morthal. He'll be there. So you travel down, go back down to the cave. And he's about to get cockblocked the same way you were, with this weird retractable cave thing that Molag Bal just, had installed. Maybe the house came with it. I don't know. So they sort of go tit for tat for a little bit. Initially, he's like, I'm not bending to you, but he doesn't know that you are killer with a mace. So you just sort of go, curb stomp him down, you actually kill him, Molag brings him back, you kill him again, you could do this all day, and I think Logrolf respected that because he will eventually cave in. He sort of glitched, which is weird. He like stepped back through the cave. I don't know if he's supposed to do that, but he was free. He could have just left. Luckily though, he did not realize that. Maybe I gave him a concussion. Who knows? So Molag just sort of tells you to kill him with the rusty mace, and after you do that, he will, restore it to its former glory, and you will have a nice new shiny Daedric artifact. Everyone's happy. Everyone wins, and that's the way it should be in Skyrim. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do any of that. I'm always looking for ideas for games to play, so if you have any suggestions, any comments, anything, please let me know. Alright guys, love ya. Bye.